Hi everyone, come on in, say hello. I am here a day early this week because you know those summer schedules, it is hard to keep up with any routine. So I hope that you're here live. If you're watching it on replay, which most of you will be, say hi. Let me know that you were here. Let me know how your weekend is going. This is your general card reading from July 19th through to the 25th. Just zooming by, guys. Just zooming by. Giving these cards a good shuffle. Excited to see what's in store this week. I know July has really been such a blessing, you know. Hi, Crystal. Hey, Leslie. It's been such a blessing in the sense of there's like this catch-up feel. There's this kind of like familiar feel. There's like, there I am, feel myself again type of energy. Oh, thanks, Sharon. So I'm really excited to see what's in store this week. I know bit by bit, the abundance has been rolling out. I absolutely love when you guys share with me, whether you posted on comments on the daily cards or you inbox me and share with me your prosperity story and how the daily cards have been guiding you. And if you, for those who purchased the angel message through my stand store, such beautiful feedback from that. So excited, so grateful for you guys supporting my new offer. Very excited to have that creative flow going out where I'm able to expand and to deliver in a way that I feel fulfilled, you know, and I know I've been talking about it all month, but it really has been just one of those life-changing experiences where it's like, yes, here I can give you a quality experience with the amount to meet the amount and the demand that there has been on me for some time. Like, again, I understand that everything happens in divine timing, but I am human and I really do wish that I could say yes to absolutely everybody who reaches out looking for guidance. So I'm so excited that the angel messages for your zodiac sign is being so well received, and I'm really excited to get this out for you. Like, again, there's been so much pivotal messaging in experiences and new beginnings and new energy that's coming in into July. And I absolutely love when you guys share with me your epiphanies and ideas and experiences. So keep that coming. I love that. This week I do have some cards pulled. I feel like the energy may be a little bit more stable, and I understand as well, firsthand, even though July is moving and chugging along in the ways that we want it to, energetically and emotionally, we're still kind of riding the waves, okay? I have a sneaking suspicion that this week it's going to come in a little bit more balanced for you, where you can kind of catch your breath with that. And that may be coming in peace and harmony. That may be coming in retreat. That may be coming in replenishment and catching up on that rest. So let's see what these cards are saying and what the guides and the angels want to bring through this week. Ooh, what is this? Okay. So we have the Ten of Air and the Release card, which is both saying very much the same thing. So coming out with a double card and then the Transformation card, you're in quite the change season. And I know these messages have been quite dramatic in the month of July. Earlier in July, in the weekly guidance, Spirit said, you know, it is so pivotal and it's such a big month for everyone that we're really going to say, you know, pre-July 2026 and post-July 2026. And that's how we're going to kind of clock the year. This is indicating that we're not even to that huge shift and that huge transformation just yet, but here it is. Here it is coming in the very beginning of this week. And this is what this is saying, is that there's ending of situations that brings relief, sadness, or both, an opportunity for new happiness. Also comes out with the Release card. Again, endings. There you are walking out the door. You're giving up the fight. You're done. And this could be the fight against the world. This could be the fight in a relationship. This can be, you know, fighting against the tides, right? We're going into this release season. This season says endings that lead to new beginnings, the need to release situation or people that hold you back. This is coming in with the transformation card. Here we are. It is happening. It is happening. Okay. It may feel like everything, and this is, I'm just reacting to what they just said. And this is not for the Ontario people. It may feel like everything is burning down. And I understand that that is the example that it gave me. And, you know, the Canadian wildfires, God love everyone. You know, let's bring on protection. Let's ask God for protection for them, their homes, their beings, their health. And let's get these contained, including Mother Earth. Aside from that, there is this feeling that things are breaking down. But they're actually, it's exciting and it's bringing in new possibilities. So if this is a relationship breaking down, there's a Lover's card validating that there's more love for you in this life. If this is a job breaking down, this is validating that there's another passion, opportunity for you to live your purpose, to feel fulfilled, and to have that motivation and inspiration again. This is really something that's coming into a close, okay? Coming into a close that is really going to bring in vibrant excitement, inspiration, and motivation. Thank you guys for the prayers. It's interesting on how they're saying this and how this is coming in. And so my interpretation is that you're feeling like this is not a positive, right? Things are breaking down on us. Relationships, communications, security, safety. They are showing, but this is actually to rise and build from. And so bringing through some reassurance that if your big July shift and change is coming with an ending first, that is right on track, because there's the new, you can't make this up. Pull this from the top. There's the new beginning card, the wheel card. So this has to happen for your prayers of fulfillment and joy and passion and happiness and love to be fulfilled. Okay? A fresh new start, end of delays, sudden or unexpected progress. So there it is. Okay? There it is. There's a bit of conflicts with that. I'm not surprised seeing this because big time changes really, you know, are very, you know, turbulent to navigate. And where there is an element of uncertainty here, that is making us feel unsure. But they are bringing through this feeling of pick your battles, right? Let's prioritize peace and harmony. Let's prioritize our nervous system through this experience. We are not distracting and putting a Band-Aid on. We are protecting, okay? And so saying yes to things you want to say yes to, saying no to things that you want to say no to. And almost having this kind of protection. And I just heard, you don't have to share anything. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to share anything. And so if somebody's putting you on the spot or they're asking you to be vulnerable and to share, and they are not trustworthy or have earned the privilege for you to show that version of yourself to them, then you don't have to, okay? There's also this kind of performative feeling to it. And, you know, you're not a trick pony. Just because they say, oh, do this, you don't have to. There's very much this feeling of, you know, protect and have boundaries with self, okay? And so if there's something that's being requested of you and it doesn't feel right, then that's okay, okay? Then that's okay. Decisions can be a little bit tricky this week. And to be honest, there is this kind of resistance to letting go of the past. And what I mean by this is there's very much this desire, I can feel it within you, that you're wanting the next, right? I want the next, whether it's retirement or it's a new relationship or it's a new home or it's financial security or whatever it is that you're wanting. They're showing me the door opening and there's your opportunity, there's your answer prayer. But you're hauling all of this baggage forward with, you're trying to take all of this old forward with you, and you're not going to fit through that door, okay? And so there really is this need to purge, to bring your focus onto these belief systems and what do you truly believe, okay? Because there is a bit of resistance, and I don't think that it's in the forefront of your mind. So this means that you need to take your awareness and go within and dig deep, okay? Because there is some level of tunnel vision or blind eye to what you're actually doing right now, okay? That's why it's so hard to take the next step. That's why it's so hard to make that next decision. And it is not what you think it is, and that's why they're wanting you to go deep and go within and do some reflection and some journaling, okay? Because it's right there. There it is. There's the love card. There's the new prosperous beginning, the new time of plenty, right? It's right there. Why are you dragging your feet, right? And so we do want to be very self-aware. This is definitely the time in July where you're really going to have the opportunity to see these deep core belief systems that are holding you back. And the key to doing that is self-awareness. Listen to what you're saying. Listen to what your body's saying. Whether it's coming out sarcastic or not, it is coming out because that's what your body's holding and what your body's believing. Okay? And when it comes to prosperity and abundance, which is just everywhere, it's like these big neon signs coming from people who read, astrology and who are in the same genre as I am. And we're all receiving very similar information, right? If you have a belief system that you're not lucky, that you're not deserving, that good things don't happen to you, that you're not going to be able to hold this prosperity. And what's so powerful about that statement is you may be able to receive it, but you won't be able to keep it. How many people who maybe win the lottery, oh my God, can you imagine? Can you imagine, right? What you would do with all this money. But if you don't feel deserving, it'll be gone. It'll be gone. And you see it time and time again. So learn from other people's mistakes and experiences. And so you're wanting to not only receive these opportunities, but to be able to hold it, to be able to say, I'm not only am I grateful that this is here now, but I want it to stay. I want it to nourish it. I want it to be an answer prayer long term, not just an instant gratification, here 1 minute, gone the next. And that's where the internal work comes from, okay? Sitting with it. Oftentimes, you may not even think that you have resistance to abundance until abundance starts to roll in. And all of a sudden, you feel a little squirmy, or we feel a little spendy, or we feel embarrassed and shameful for having. That's what I mean about resistance to abundance. But we don't think that because we go, oh, if I had $1 million, I'd have no problems. You know what I mean? But if you can't accept a compliment, if you can't accept a helping hand from someone, how the hell are you going to accept big time abundance? Okay, so that's a really great indicator that, there may be something to this deep down, belief-wise, that's affecting me. Once you are able to recognize it, then you will see that beautiful invisible thread that is tied to past experience after past experience after past experience, where we may have felt unworthy of compliments and unworthy of help and unworthy of love and unworthy of promotion and unworthy of nice things, right? We get that dream car. Well, do we crash it the first week, right? Indicative that we don't actually feel deserving and worthy of, okay? And this is often deep-rooted where unless you look for it, you're not clocking that is the driving force leading you through these experiences, okay? This week, I would say the only obstacle that I want to mention is just a little bit energetically, like your energy. We're feeling a little sluggish and a little tired. And this almost feels like we're out the other side of, some cosmic upheaval. And so as the dust settles, you may find yourself a little fatigued, okay? I do feel like rest is coming in more accessibly, okay? So like we are resting. We're not having that broken sleep like we were having previously, but we're just still feeling a little tired. You may not be the most productive person this week, nor should you be productive this week. This week is all about peace. It's all about harmony, and it's all about retreat and replenish, okay? So there's a lot that's been happening this month. Again, we were talking about purging and nesting last week. Looks like we're purging emotions and belief systems right now. So we're wanting to rest and replenish that energy in, okay? A few things that you can do to help you prioritize peace and harmony. Watch what you're consuming. Watch what you're putting in your body, what media you're watching, whom you're spending time with, the energy that you're bringing available to you, okay? We want to make sure that it is, if we're prioritizing peace and harmony, we want it to be peaceful and harmonious. We don't want it to be nitpicking and toxic, judgment and pointing of the fingers and comparison and jealousy and envy. We do want to make sure that we are, because I'll tell you, this week your sensitivities feel heightened. So what we may have been able to consume previously is really throwing us off right now. You may even be on the manic side of that, being like, oh, I know I'm not supposed to be on my phone, but I can't stop doom scrolling. I put it down and then I'm picking it back up. And so be mindful of just how you're reacting to your devices, how you're reacting to media, if you're watching the news, the conversations that we're having around that. You do definitely want to protect yourself more so than typically for you, okay? You also want to be mindful of who you're spending time with this week. Because your sensitivities are higher, your tolerance to be able to discern or your ability to not take on their energy may be a little low. And so if you're around someone who is very cynical or very critical, or you just don't feel good about you leave the conversation, you don't feel good about yourself, that's indicating that they're at a lower vibration than you are, and by merely being present with them, it has the potential to bring your vibration down. So spiritual hygiene would be the utmost important this week. Again, I feel like July is getting us back on some spiritual practice routine, right? Kind of figuring out what we're taking in and what we're able to get back on track with. This week would be really beneficial for you to get into a nice clearing. Clear your space, clear your aura. We're doing all that purging and we're muffling up all that energy. It'd be really nice to clear it out. You can burn some sage, some incense. You can envision your home or your office or your body in white light. You can do like a cleansing spray, burn some essential or steam some essential oils, incense, whatever your go-to is for clearing of space. Mine is always going to be the sage. I love it so much. I even got the kids going with it, and I love it because I got teens and preteens now. When everybody's kind of nitpicking at everyone, someone will go, we got to sage this house. And off we go. And it really does make such a difference. This is again why summer is so great, because walking in the ground, walking in the grass or in the sand with no shoes on grounds out your energy. Swimming in natural bodies of water or even your salt pool is going to cleanse your space. If you don't have the opportunity to do any of that, get some Epsom salts or sea salt. Add it to your bath water. Don't have a bath, get some, you could literally just take a handful and use it as a scrub in the shower. Or I have done, mix my Epsom salts with some coconut oil and a few drops of essential oil. You can do sage, right, for extra cleansing, and make a scrub out of that, which is really, really beautiful. So many things that you can do, right? You can even go ask Alexa or Google to play some cleansing, clearing, hertz, beats music, clear out your space. Or you can simply say a prayer, right? Archangel Michael, come please clear out the space, remove all heavy energy and low vibrating energy that's not for my highest good. Please cleanse it away right now. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Michael, right? There's so many ways that we can do that. Don't hesitate in doing that. And sometimes when you get in a funk and you need to do a cleansing, it's like the funkiness will prevent you from remembering this, right? And so, even someone that is on top of it and talks about this stuff often, I'll even be like, oh my God, just go help yourself, Angela. Just do the things. But it is that funky, low vibrating energy that prevents us from wanting to do the things or even blocks us from remembering to do the things. And so we're all in the same. It's never for, yes, awesome, bows, bells, perfect, absolutely. Never be critical of yourself. We are just human, right? And if you are thinking that you're going to be, unaffected by life and you're going to be perfect and you're going to be the exception to every, rule that there is in this physical life, then you are expecting to be human and not experience the human experience, which is just not going to happen. So we want to accept that we are just human. And sometimes we're rocking it and sometimes we're surviving it and sometimes we are floating through it, right? It is just important for you to recognize it and adjust. No need to beat yourself up. No need to call yourself names. No need to say that you're dumb or stupid, because that's not true. It comes to you when it's meant to come for you, okay? There's a lot of peace and contentment coming out in the other side of this 2-week period. And so we're wanting to take this time. We're wanting to take a pause. We're wanting to have a breath before we're reacting. We're wanting to unplug. I just feel like media right now is just buzzing. And it's not only just what's in the news. I feel like media and social media and our devices are just such a distraction. And the way that Spirit just said it to me is that it has been such a challenging year, and the summer months are a gift for you to be out in nature, for you to have simplicity, for you to have quiet, for you to ground and detox. And yet here we are consuming the toxic energy, behaviors, news, comments, conversations, etc. And so you may find yourself needing to unplug. Right? Needing to unplug and let yourself have that. Even if it's just for, a little pocket of time in a day, anything is better than nothing. And if we can do that outside, cherry on top, right? Cherry on top. All right, I'm going to leave that with you. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and we'll be back on Sunday next week. See you then.